Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the L.A. Chargers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
We are just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. Gets past one man, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
And Stroud now to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Texans.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Stroud to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
Marks now on 1st and 10. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Stroud going to give to Marks. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And he takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
12-yard line.
2nd and 7. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll swing this out to Marks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
Woody Marks. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back to Hampton on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That's a gain of 8.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
In a fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. This is taken around the 12. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Stroud sets up the play action. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And the Texans first down.
Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on a skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, it's Marks. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Stroud. Going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This from 32 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, it's Hampton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. A run once more with Hampton. And Owen caught it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to throw here, Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Chargers, first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Herbert going to give to Hampton. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. Up the middle, it's Hampton. Powering forward. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And power running here down the 6-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Chargers are back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter, and he's got a first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe up to the 41.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
(10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And Chubb will try the middle here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
It's a gain of 10. And the Texans 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Once more with Marks. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. From out of the gun, here's Marks. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
On 3rd down, Marks. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Herbert now. Pass hauled in by Johnston. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Out of the gun, Herbert. They'll check this one down to Hampton. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud completes this out wide. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Marks. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Stroud out of the gun here. This pass complete to Higgins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 24-yard line.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They run straight ahead with Marks. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2nd down and a yard. On the handoff, Marks. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Chargers 7.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Keenan Allen. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 59 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner. than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
25 yards that time.
It's a gain of
Well, coaches always
yards.
talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Stroud off the play fake. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Stroud will look to throw once more. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Texans.
A waste of time.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Stroud. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brings up second.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now 2nd and 5. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans add 6 to their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Texans.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Nifty move. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And Allen's going to have a Chargers first down up near the 40-yard line.
That'll go as a pickup of 8.
First and 10.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. Down the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
34 yards.
They'll get 34 yards there.
Chargers.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now receiver in motion left. Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point try now from Dicker. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14.
Makes the score Texans.
So that drive 7 plays in length.
14.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
And the Texans first down.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The throwing again is Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Texans.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Second down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. 1 second, all that remains. And his throw is incomplete. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Herbert now. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a toss, left side, Hampton. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Hampton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Marks to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They juked him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Omarion Hampton, 57 yards. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score 10.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And the Texans offense and Nico Collins heading onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Stroud. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Play action. Here's Stroud. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Option right. Here's Stroud. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Give him another one right back to Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's another Chargers first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On the give, this is Hampton. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This one finds McConkey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Herbert. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They snap it to Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
15-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Give here to Hampton.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Herbert. And they'll find his man in the out route. That's Allen. And the Chargers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Touchdown. Will Disley. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is down to 2. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Well, now how about this return? The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Charger drive about to get going.
Yeah, they've clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they've decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problems were in the first half, figured out how to shore them up, and have now gone to that part of the playbook that is actually working for them. A few adjustments, a few changes, and really good execution.
Now we'll see if that trend can continue.
A run once more with Hampton.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw.
Herbert.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Here's Stroud.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And the Texans 1st down.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Marks now on 1st and 10.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he works
makes his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Checks this down to Marks out of the backfield.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That is caught.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dalton Schultz, 27 yards. And the Texans will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Charger offense making their way back out there.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Herbert now. They'll set up the screen to Hampton.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
On 1st down, it's Hampton.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Danico Autry is in on the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
In motion, the tight end. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brings up 2nd.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Quentin Johnston. 4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Hampton will score. Touchdown Chargers. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
That's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Play action. Here's Stroud. He's got it to Collins complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And the Texans first down.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8. A toss left side for Marks. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. To throw again on second down. Herbert. It's caught inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's second and a yard. Again, he'll drop the throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Now first and goal. Hampton going to try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Herbert going to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Lad McConkey, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken a fourth-quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up. Because Frank Reich, at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
This is 1st and 10. Stroud. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Finding Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Stroud. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That'll be complete to Marks. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
At the 38-yard line.
40 seconds to play as they come up on a 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Stroud looks to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Herbert. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So 4 quarters couldn't settle a winner, and now the Chargers going to get the first opportunity here in OT as the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Herbert now. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Intended for Oronde Gadsden. Incomplete. Kamari Lassiter on the coverage.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
1 yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 11.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Back to throw here, Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's now
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training.
Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. What a huge takeaway for this defense, the interception on the opening drive of overtime.
What an absolute disaster of a time for his first interception of the game, because throughout the game, he's made sure to keep the ball away from the other team. He's done a nice job of that. Here, the interception pops up, and now, on the other side of the field, all they're thinking, get 3, and we go home.
Looking to put a drive together. First throw of overtime, Stroud. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and now some space to operate. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
The Texans send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. So out come the Chargers.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive, so now sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now, because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's 2nd down.
Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Oh, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him
as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
Here's Stroud. Throw left side to Higgins. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Stroud going to give to Marks. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3 inches.
They'll try and run for it with Marks. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
5-yard gain on the
They just flat out dared him to throw the football, didn't they? Did you see the defense?
It's like a goal line formation.
I mean, just stacked it right up and said, go ahead and throw it. You can have that one. But how about them accepting the challenge and said, no, we'll go ahead and run it anyway, and picked it up.
They didn't care, even with the added reinforcements. Down to the 22-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.